I got to tell you this story today. I got to back to we have it's the end of the year nonsense, right? So two stories which I think you'll appreciate. One is they gave me a fifth grader. Now we only take kids as young as sixth grade, but somebody decided that this kid needed to come to our program. I think because everybody else said no.
Yeah.
So we get this kid, and I got a bunch of squirrely middle schoolers just to begin with that don't like each other. So this kid, my goal is to just keep him alive right now, you know? Because you can imagine, you know, the kids that I get, they're trouble. The wrong thing comes out of their mouth all the time. So he's had a rough go of it. It's day 4 for him. And I showed him some matrix stuff, and I've been doing matrix work with my middle schoolers, you know, all the time. So at the end of the day today, one of the 8th graders brings this kid in because he just had a little, he was being kind of picked on and teased by another one. So he comes in, he's got a scowl on his face, and he sits down in the chair. Now, in my office, I've got my whiteboard, you know, and I always draw the matrix just like it's ready to go. It's just sitting there, right?
Yeah.
Waiting to be activated. You know how that is, right?
Yep.
Well, this kid comes in, my 8th grader, grabs the pen and proceeds to run this kid through his matrix. And this is how he does it. I swear to God, he goes, okay, so listen, who is important to you? And I just sat back on my couch and watched this kid do this. My dad, yeah, right. He's really, really important to you, right? And the kid says, yeah. He says, are these kids important to you? Well, no. Okay, so now we know who's important to you. Yeah. Then he proceeds to go, and now, you know, what shows up inside of you is here's what shows up inside of me. Annoyance, right? Yeah. And anger. Yeah, right. Okay, so you can go up here and do this violence thing. Or you could, and he draws the line, Kevin. He draws the line from the lower left to the upper right. I swear to God, it was cool. And he said, and he says, you got to have at least one person to go to, and you know you got that person you can go to. You can go to your dad. And then he said, for me, he mentioned his girlfriend. It's my girlfriend. And then he says, that's why I wanted to go back to my home school, because she's there and she's my go-to person. So he said, you got your dad, and then he said, and you got me, and you got Mr. T, and we'll help you.
Oh.
And the whole time, this kid's just, he stopped complaining, he stopped whining, and he's bug-eyed looking at this kid. And I just sat there and went, holy crap.
Well, that's a story.
Now, is that a story?
That's a good Matrix story.
That's a good Matrix story. This kid has it.